Dallas Blue became the first Canadian-bred trotter to record a sub-2:10 mile as a 2-year-old and a 2:05 mile at 3. Bred by Madawaska Farms Limited of Arnprior, Ontario, Dallas Blue was trained and driven by veterinarian horseman Dr. John S. Findlay, who co-owned the farm with his father, John H. Findlay. In the early years of her career, she had to race against older horses and even pacers. As a 2-year-old, she won 8 of 9 starts. In 1959, as a 3-year-old, she won 13 of 16 starts and was second in 2 others. No 3-year-old trotter, colt or filly, American or Canadian bred, beat her that season. Her defining moment came at Suffolk Downs near Boston, where she faced most of the best 3-year-old trotters in the U.S., including world champion Sarah Black, in the $28,400 Suffolk Downs Trot. At odds of 14-1, Dallas Blue came out of the pack in a corking 5-way duel in the last 16th to win going away in 2:04 and 3. She raced until the age of 7 and attained a lifetime mark of 2:03 at 6. She retired with earnings of over $90,000. As a broodmare, Dallas Blue produced the $273,000 winner, the Black Douglas, stakes winner Crimson Duchess, a winner of over $73,000, and voted Canadian 2-year-old trotter in 1969. Often referred to as the First Lady of Harness Racing, Mildred Williams was a true pioneer in the sport. In the days when a female harness driver was a rarity, Mildred Williams was a trailblazer as one of the first women in Canada granted a driving license. She went on to fight for the right to drive in parimutuel races in the U.S. when in both 1960 and 1964, the USTA denied her a license. She eventually won the battle and was granted her U.S. license in 1968. In 1969, she represented Canada in the Mondial des Conducteurs Féminines against Italian and American ladies. In 1973, she was declared to be the winningest woman in recorded harness racing history in the US and Canada with over 400 victories. The Mildred Williams International Women's Driving Series was established in 2006 and continues each year with races contested by female harness drivers and held throughout North America as a charity event in support of breast cancer. Her last visit to the races was in 2007, when she joined the women who participated in the Montreal leg of the series by participating herself in the Winner's Circle presentation. She passed away in 2008 at the age of 92. As is often the way in horse racing, jockeys are associated with the animal they achieved headlines with. This was indeed the case with John Dewhurst and Kin Garvey. This rider-thoroughbred combo won almost everything in sight during the mid-1940s. Kin Garvey went to the post an incredible 169 times during his Canadian Hall of Fame career, and Dewhurst, a native of Dundee, Scotland, who grew up in Toronto, was the jockey who occupied the saddle for most of those starts. Parkwood Stables' Kin Garvey was the overwhelming favorite for the 1946 King's Plate, and he won it in a gallop with Dewhurst aboard. They also won the Plate Trial, and a year earlier won the 3 major races for juveniles, the Coronation Futurity, Cup and Saucer, and the Clarendon Stakes. Dewhurst and Kin Garvey would also pair up to win the Canadian Championship at Long Branch in 1946. Throughout the 1940s, Dewhurst was often among the leading jockeys in the province. He was the leading money-winning rider in Canada in 1946. Dewhurst guided numerous outstanding horses into the winner's circle during his 15-year career. Perhaps the best was George McCullough's Speedy Irish, his mount in the 1949 King's Plate. The colt was a slight favorite, but finished second to E.P. Taylor's first plate winner, Epic. Dewhurst and Speedy Irish had dominated the racing scene in 1948. 2 broken ankles forced his retirement following the 1955 season. It is estimated he won close to 500 races. Dewhurst died in 1972 at age 49. By the mid-1960s, there wasn't a more respected horseman in the country than Patrick McMurchie, a Scotsman whose reticent demeanor spoke volumes. For years, he had trained some of the most influential owners in the business. His career saw him train numerous stakes winners, including Hartney, Horse of the Year in 1957, and Blue Light, the long-shot Queen's Plate winner of 1961.
And here they come to the finish line. Just don't jump and Blue Light, and it's awfully close.
There was talk that McMurtry was considering retirement, but a big black colt postponed that idea when he and Peter Marshall, son of the late OGC president, took a liking to a regally bred son by Canadian champ at E.P. Taylor's pre-priced yearling sale that carried a tag of $15,000. He would be named Titled Hero. It would be McMurtry's skills that enabled Titled Hero to get to the starting gate for the 1.25 mile test of the Plate, which he won under a great ride by Avelino Gomez. Hobbled continually by hoof problems that year, Titled Hero also won the Breeders' as well as the Plate Trial, Friar Rock Stakes, and earned champion 3-year-old honors. Until his 2 Plate winners came along in the 1960s, McMurtry's best horse was the 6-year-old gelding Hartney, owned by Rudd Marshall. He capped off the 1957 season by winning 6 races in a row, usually at top weight, to earn the Daily Racing Form's Horse of the Year honors. Pat won 27 races that season. Pat McMurtry passed away April 3, 1979, in North Bay, Ontario.
Westgate Crown straightening out into the lane.
Campbell with Westgate Crown bursting on the scene.
He's got a 3-length advantage.
Westgate Crown trying to hold off Moneymaker.
Westgate Crown.
Westgate Crown has done it.
Here comes Touch Gold in Freehouse. Silver Charm has lost the lead, and Touch Gold will deny him the crown.
Burning Point bracing for the challenge. Easton Alliance trying to work up closer. Born Storyteller between them. Burning Point is almost there. Easton Alliance on the outside with Born Storyteller. It's Burning Point who does it.
One final acceleration. That's for the Dawn, trying to hold on for 70 more yards. Like her mother, like her brother. That's for the Dawn, a Queen's Plate champion.
In vitro, the Wonderkind filly of 2004. Paul McDonnell has her opening up on this field. 2004 Canadian Breeders' Champion in vitro. 150-3 Canadian Breeders' record. She tied Burning Point's track record.
Comes Silver Rain now.
Silver Rain reaching up on the outside. Somebody special. Silver Rain is coming on to get the lead. Silver Rain
takes dead aim. Holly Harbor rushing up on the outside. Silver Rain, here they are.
Harbor Square Presumption closing. Silver Rain in front.
championship performance in the E.P. Taylor Stakes to Bennett. Jambalaya by 7, final 16th of a mile. Jambalaya was invincible this afternoon. Jambalaya and Jono Jones win the Breeders' Stakes by a massive margin.
Jambalaya's let loose, the 10-man. Here comes Jambalaya as the winning line looms. Robbie Avalado and Jambalaya going for glory.
Cadabra brought to the outside. Oh, and he made it look oh so easy as Dave Miller edges Cadabra on past to win the Breeders' Crown.
Malazane now in front by 3 or 4 lengths. Malazane on top, right alongside. And coming into the stretch, Malazane now takes over the lead.
Drive to the wire. They're going after Confederation Cup 6. It's Cam Fella. He's going to win it. A battle for the other positions. Cam Fella, the winner of the final in 1:58 and 1.
Coming down to the wire. What a race. Get good. Alex City on base. After man on top, Cam Fella. Is in second. On the extreme outside merger. Amro active. Alex City up to second. Darius LaBelle, the winner of the 1982 Breeders' Stakes.